Hi, so Shar, you're here to talk to us today about your experiences with the yoga practice. So, are we working on 2 years now?
At least, I think.
I think so, maybe a little longer than that.
Yeah, we're coming up almost on a year of virtual, it seems like. So, and I know I've been there going more than that. So, yeah,
Yeah. So you originally started out doing yoga, what, once a week?
yes, Sunday afternoons.
So the gentle yoga practice, and kind of talk to me a little bit about how different it is from being at the studio to now being virtual.
It's funny. It's not as different as I thought it would be. Although it was nice to be in the studio space with other people, we still have, you give us time if we want to chit chat before, we can still do that. But there is something to be said for being able to, not change clothes and get in the car and go. Just turn on your computer and, a couple of clicks and we're there. So I'm finding that actually pretty nice. I've enjoyed it more than I would have thought.
Yes, I agree. I'm noticing that from several people actually. And are you finding that you have kind of a little nook that you're working in every time?
I found I use different nooks for different sessions. If I want it to be sort of quiet and the sort of gentle yoga time, I go to a smaller dark room that has a comfortable carpet on the floor that I can lay on. And if I'm doing the chair exercises or more vigorous things, I use a space that I have a little bit more room and a little more light. So I kind of move around.
Well, that's a good way to experience how different your yoga practice can be
Yeah,
then.
and I'm getting tired of looking at the inside of this place, so at least I have a different view.
There you go. There you go. So then in each of your little nooks, do you have your yoga props all handy and, and ready?
Well, I keep them in one space, but I've sort of got them organized now that I can grab them in one sweep and take them wherever I need to go. And so it's I've figured that out. It's
That's
working out fine.
wonderful. So now in this process of being virtual, has there been a schedule change for you? Has there been anything different about your practice?
And the schedule in terms of, I'm not sure
Are
what you're going
you
for.
adding more classes to your routine?
Oh, yes, well, definitely. Yes, I'm not sure that I would do from, 7 a week if I were actually having to go to a studio. So this is definitely plus. And I try to fill in some of the days that I don't have anything now with with your virtual library, which is great. Because then you can do that any time of the day or night in any room you feel like, and you don't even have to look decent because nobody's looking at you. So that's a nice bonus to have that as part of the package.
Wonderful. Well, that's good. Yeah, it does make a difference when you start getting into this routine. It becomes a bit addictive, don't you think?
Oh, definitely. If you don't do it, there are days, I'm sure for you especially, when you think, can I have to do this again? But then, once you're into it and you've done it, you think, wow, if I hadn't done that, I would not feel so good. It really is something you find you want to do. And although we can't travel right now, or I can't much, it would be nice to know that just having my phone with me, I could do these yoga sessions in a hotel room.
Yeah, that is another piece to why I've kind of created things the way that I have for people. So it's been good, I think. I
It is.
think the
I think so
transition.
too. It's been great. Who knew?
Who knew? I know. Well, you had mentioned to me before that you've actually heard me give my little story about that my background. But
It was very interesting.
this Zoom piece I've actually have done before with clients who used to travel quite a bit with their jobs. So uh, this was an easy transition for me because I knew how the process was. So I'm glad that it's working out for all my clients too.
Yeah, no, it's great. Excellent. And that was really interesting, your little personal revelations of your history. I never had time to talk about that with you before, so that was fun.
Well, good, good. Anything else you care to share?
Well, I think, there's the more you do it, there's a couple things I am finding. I was out the other day and I found myself sitting up straighter, lifting the collarbones. I could hear your little voice back there. And it really does make a difference. And the breathing, if you can't sleep at night or you're stressed out, it's just, concentrating and doing those those things you can do anywhere. And I think that's just turning out to be a really good thing. So I hope I can practice more of it, because I'm finding it really does make a difference.
Well, good. Have you taught your husband how to do 3-part breathing?
I have encouraged him to do it, but he's a little stubborn. He gets set in his ways and doesn't kind of puts everything else. So he's an artist, and that's all he thinks about. It's just his art. So it's hard to distract him. But I really think I'm going to try to get him to watch a couple of these video sessions, because I think he's in a wheelchair, and I think he could benefit from some of the chair ones.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. And you just modify. You do what you can.
Right. I think it's great. So, yes, your gentle voice back there is always kind of reminding me to think about how I sit and what I'm doing. So it's good.
Yeah. And one of the things I always used to say when we were at the studio was, notice if your rear view mirror, if at the end of the day you have to shift it down, and then in the next day, if you have to shift it up. Well, I can't really say that now because we're not driving anywhere.
Yeah. Well, I don't touch mine, so I think whatever I'm doing, I'm not changing. But there's all little subtle ways that it comes back to you during the day. So it's very beneficial.
Well, fantastic. Well, Shar, I thank you so much for sharing your experiences with the yoga practice and all the changes that we've been having. And I keep enjoying having you in practice, even those mornings when you're there 2 times in the morning. I can't believe it. 7 a.m. and 10 a.m. Holy cow.
Well, there is one more thing I must say if there's time. It's amazing to me every session how, even though it's virtual, it's as if you can see exactly what I'm doing or not doing correctly. And I know, there's a screen full of people, so I don't know how you do it, but it is truly amazing, and it makes the difference. I mean, when you say do this or do that, you can feel where you should be feeling it instead of where you were feeling it. So it's amazing.
Well, I do pay attention to all of the different people on the screens.
I don't know how, but yes, you do.
It is, well, because keep this also in mind that sometimes there's multiple people having a little misunderstanding. So that
Going directions.
yes. So, and there are times when I even get screwed up with right from left, and
It's amazing how seldom that happens. It's amazing.
it does happen. It does happen, just not as much as it probably could, since I'm mirroring everybody to make sure that you guys are on task. So, well, good. I'm so happy that you have been able to keep this up and actually extend and be able to do more in your daily life. That's wonderful.
Well, it feels good.
There we go. I love that. Well, fantastic. Well, thank you again for taking time out and sharing your experiences.
Thank you, Amy.
Absolutely. Bye-bye.